As you guys may know, this is Keke Palmer, the actress and singer. Keke has had a talk show and was a child star. She played in the movies Nope, Akeelah and the Bee, and Hustlers. But this is just a few of her movies. Recently, I watched the interview that Keke did about mental health. Let's play a clip from the interview.
Backstage at What Happens Live.
Yes.
And the show's great. We're partying
Oh my
it
gosh,
up.
so fun, yeah.
But when we went backstage, you started talking to me about some deeper stuff happening in your life.
Yeah.
Some of the anxieties you've been through. You talked about depression a little bit.
Yeah.
When did that all start?
I think when I first started noticing that I had anxiety or that something was, I wanted to start searching for ways to describe how I was feeling because I couldn't really express them. I had no labeling for what I felt. When I was around probably like 15, 16, like those ages is when I really started looking up for ways to describe what I felt. And the words I came across were stress, anxiety, and depression.
So the child acting you were doing, which you started around age 9, right?
Yeah, uh-huh.
How did that play into this?
I think when the way that the entertainment industry played into the way that I felt, aside from just, maybe those things just being kind of a part of life, was the fact that I was not always able to feel like I was okay to be myself, having pressure, trying to continue to feel, this personality or idea that people had of me. That was really hard for me growing up.
The word breakdown comes up, the time when you sort of hit the bottom.
I think when I was 17, that was the first time I had told my parents, I really want to go to a therapist. I'd done some research, and again, coming from where I come from, these aren't things that people are openly talking about. I come from Robbins, Illinois, which is like a very small town. It just got a gas station a couple of years ago. You know what I mean? It's a very, very small town, and so when you're, depressed, you're lazy. When you're angry, it's not because you've experienced trauma and you don't know how to express yourself. It's just you're a bad person. Yeah. So I never had a way to describe these things. And so once I finally realized what was going on, I said, okay, I just need to talk to somebody.
But what happened that made you feel like you're out of sorts? Was there a moment you realized, I got to turn this around? It's not going the right way.
Yes, probably. I think it was just a point I'd hit with my parents and realizing that there was no way I could really communicate with them any longer what I was experiencing, and I needed to get outside. I need to get outside of that, outside of my family structure, to really understand the problems that I was going through.
One of the beautiful things about you, and I've learned a lot about you over the last few weeks, and this is her book, by the way, it's called I Don't Belong to You. And when I read this, I actually got fairly emotional thinking about how mature you'd become in your how old are you now?
I'm 23.
That's right, 23. It's not written.
Okay, let's talk. So recently I took my daughter in for a visit with her primary care doctor, and her doctor was explaining to me that a lot of children are coming in with depression, anxiety, and they're having panic attacks. And when I was growing up, we were probably sad, but we didn't have the right terms to know if we were going through depression, anxiety, or if we had panic attacks. We didn't quite have the right terms. But it seems as if these kids today, they know exactly what they're going through. They know if they're having a panic attack. They know if they have depression. They know if they have anxiety. And what I want to know is, why are so many children today experiencing depression, anxiety, and panic attacks?